Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to present our project presentation. We are Muqatil Online Pre-Loved Clothing. I am Tahmid Alam and the other group members are Ahmed Bin Delowar, ZHANGTENG, MUHAMAD, ZOLKHARNAIN, FAHMI bin Rahman. Our project scope is Muqatil Online Pre-Loved Clothing is a software that gives people an online platform to buy and sell their pre-loved clothes in decent price. The system helps the sellers to upload the pictures of their clothing products and buyers get a variety of pre-loved clothes in very cheaper price. The objectives of this system are to give the young customers and mostly the middle class people a cheaper online market to buy and sell their products as opposed to luxurious and expensive clothing brands. This system can also help people who want to sell their extra clothes and wares that they seldomly used. So it allows the users a flexibility in shopping in very lower price rate. Here we have four stakeholders. Firstly, sellers, the people who will upload the pictures for their product and will sell them using our system. Secondly, buyers, the people who will use the platform to buy the products from the sellers affiliated with the system. Thirdly, banks, who are a mandatory element here to complete the process of payment among buyers, sellers, and the administrator. And lastly, the administrator who will manage the system all over. The use case diagram, we have three stakeholders also here. Firstly, buyer, seller, and the bank. Buyer does the registration and login first, and then uh, uh, they do payment, and they can also do cancellation of order. Sellers have the access also to registration and login. They can also access to buyer's catalog. They can also do the cancellation of order, uploading pictures and everything. Then the bank does the validation of payment, and that's how the use case diagram works. In the activity diagram, we have starting point when the user does the login and then they enter the ID and the password. For the invalid ID and the password, they have to repeat it, and then they can go for the buyer's catalog, card, payment, and the other places, and that's how it ends.
Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad FAHMI and I will continue with my part, which is the item selection. This use case is created by myself, Muhammad FAHMI bin RAHMAN, and approved by Dr. Azlin Bettinordin. This use case is to guide the user how to do the item selection in the web page. The user or the item in this use case is the customer who browsed the web page to buy the item from the shop. There's the business detail there, and the trigger for this use case is the customer. This use case are frequently used. The precondition for this use case is the user login must be authorized. Okay, for the start, the use case starts, and when the user login, user can see the item selection page displays. User then choose the item and the quantity of item they desire. Then they simply add the item to the cart and click buy now. User confirm the purchase and the use case ends. For the specification of the browser item, there's the alternative flow. For the alternative flow, user who want to change or modify their purchase, the system will provide the modification page for them. There's a two exception flow. The first one is if the user did not pick the item that the quantity of the item, system will display invalid and ask the user to reenter again. The second exception flow is if the user did not select anything after pressing buy now button, the system will say invalid purchase and direct user to the item selection page back. This is the interface design for our shop. Okay, as you guys can see, this is our shop. After the user log in, user will directed to the item selection page. This is the item that we sell. User can click one of the item like this one. the item description will be displayed. Click on the size, let's say medium, yellow, and add to the cart. Okay, and this list will be displayed. User can view the cart, click on that, and will be directed to this page. And after user done buying stuff, user can click the checkout button, and it will immediately directed to the payment page. Right now we are not able to accept online payment. This is the test case for item selection. When the item selection page display, the system will guide user and it will show the result of the purchase. System user can see the item pick, the list of the item added to the cart, and the notification for the purchase will pop up. System will record all the result after the test case ends. That's all.
Hello everyone, this is Ahmed Bin Delowar. This use case is created by me. The name of the use case is payment and the objective is to make a successful payment. This use case is created and last updated by me and approved by Dr. Azlin. The actors and the users are the buyers and the system owner is administrator Ahmed. The triggers are the buyers who's gonna buy and the frequency of use is always. Preconditions: the user must have internet connection in order to log in and buy products. The user must be registered in the system as a buyer to buy products. Basic flow: buyer browses through catalog and selects item to buy and the system will display product menu. Buyer adds item to shopping cart and the system will display that the item is added to cart. Buyer proceeds to checkout and the system will ask the user to provide shipping and billing information. The user will provide shipping and billing information and the system will confirm the shipping information and process the order. Alternative flow: user provides incorrect login info and the system will display invalid credentials. User checks again and provides valid login info and the system will display logged in successfully. Buyer provides shipping and billing information, which is wrong, and the system displays information not valid. The buyer checks again and provides valid information. Now the system will confirm the information and process the item. Exception flow: buyer enters invalid OTP that he or she received from the bank. The system will display that OTP didn't match. The buyer enters a valid OTP and this time the system will display payment successful. And if the buyer credit is insufficient, then the system will display transaction error. Post condition: the user has received a username and a password and the product delivery. The business rules: the user must not coordinate with other username. User must provide valid shipping and billing information. The user must not share bank cards information with other users. This is the interface design of our website. Test case payment system. The test case name is payment and the test priority is high and module name is login. The test title is verify payment with valid payment info. This test is designed by Ahmed Bin Delowar. Preconditions: user login must be authorized. User must add the items in the cart. Steps: step 1 is login page where the user will provide valid user ID and password and make a successful login, and then the user will select item and add the item to cart. Then the system will proceed to checkout and will enter valid cart now and the CVV 3-digit CVV number. Then they click the pay button and the system will display payment successful. Post conditions: user has successfully completed the payment option. So this is our website, and if a user choose an item and add to cart, okay, so this is our billing info. Okay, now we can check out from here. The user has been added their items to the cart, and when the user will press the checkout button, the system will ask the user to provide billing and shipping information and also the card information. Thank you everyone.
Assalamualaikum, my name is ZHANGTENG. I'm from Qatar Group. So our project is online pre-loved clothing system. This is our website. For my side, I will talk about a little bit, test the contact function, and then just some specification. So I will start with the specification interface design test case. It includes basic flow and outer flow, and user action and system action. The first one, the system has built a new cloth from our web. Then the system just records the buyer detail, and the customer enter useless detail. The system has recorded already. Because the system is not human being, it cannot realize which information is correct or not. The number customs report the owner by email. The system just records the detail of report, then send to the owner by the email. The owner receives the report, then contact back to the customs for modified detail. The system receive and modified the data. The number 5, the customs recheck a new detail. The system just send the new conform for the customs. The number 6, the customs get a new clothing will give a feedback. The system records the feedback and send it to the owner. For the outer floor, sometimes customs may buy a wrong size of clothing, so he or she wanted to change. Then they will report to the owner. The system just received the report to the owner. The number 2, the owner makes the new deal with customs. The system it cannot do anything. It just makes the contact function. So both customs and the owner just make a new decision. So the system just waiting for the response. Number 3, the customer report back the clothing to owner. The system reserve the detail, just like personal detail, to receive it. And the last one is similar to this one, it's give a new feedback. So I will touch a little bit, test our web function, the contact function. So this is some details. The first one, I will test enter any name on this box. So the data remind the customers. Expect the submitting cannot be without enter any name. If you don't enter any name, how I don't know who you are. So actually it's the text. The box has become the right to remind customs. So the second is the test the incorrect type of email. It's a lot of different type of email in this world. So the system will realize those incorrect emails. Also will remind the customer. We will teach the system how to release which type of email is correct. Text the box of subject accept any language, because we are all not English speaker. Sometimes we have Chinese or Korean, we have other language. We are making system receive any language. The number 5, enter the full corrections. This is final. We make sure every information correct and submit it. The final is thank you for submitting. That's all for my side. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum again. I'm Tahmid Alam and I will be describing the fourth and the last use case for our project, which is the interface design integrity. And uh, here the objective is to direct the user to use the system from one module to another. And there are a few basic flows. Firstly, the use case starts when the user successfully logging into the website and the system directs the user for the home page, which is the landing page. And secondly, the user, whenever clicks on any of the buttons on the navigation bar, the user lands onto the respective page that he clicked on it. Thirdly, the user, if uh, the user clicks on the shop, that means the uh, page will take him to the catalog page where he can select different items, uh, so that he can uh, choose any of the product for purchasing. Secondly, he can also choose any of the items for favorite selections or choosing for the cart. And the alternative flow here is if he or she clicks on the login button, that means he lands onto the login page for account login or sign up. And then the alternative flow number 5 is anyone can cancel the cart anytime he wants. That means all the products from the cart will be deleted and the cart will be empty. So there's another feature within it, which is uh, chat with us button. That means whenever the user clicks on chat with us, the chat box prompts up. And the other basic flows are very similar to it. That means whenever a customer clicks on where to buy or about or FAQ, he or she gets to there and at the respective page. So in terms of interface design, we have these buttons within the navigation bar. That means if I click onto the shop button, here is the catalog for different items, and whenever anyone presses on the any of the items, he or she gets to purchase from here. Similarly, the other navigation bar items like about, where to buy, FAQ, contact. And for the alternative flow, here is the login button. If he or she wants to go there anytime, that means he can sign up with Facebook or Google or even email, or if he is already a member, then he can just log in anytime. For the test case, we have integration interactions test case. That means we have to check if the links between the home page and the cart is working or not, and also we need to check if the link between cart and the payment are working or not, and then the navigation bar and then the contacts and the other selected items which are listed in the cart are also moving as per the favorites or not. That means within here we can see that they are actually working. That means whenever I go to shop and when I press add to cart, actually this product gets into the cart, and that's how it works here. Thank you very much.